Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 70663. This is the Spinjitzu Nia and Wu set from the Ninjago Legacy Wave, and this was released as part of the January 1st, 2018 or 19 wave of sets. And it was one of the 2-packs. There were only two packs. The other one was Lloyd and Garmadon. And if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that when I got this, it didn't have the figures included, and it was missing, I think, 2 of these as well. So I finally have gotten replacements of 2 of these, and I have the 2 figures from another set. So that's why it's taken a while, and I think I got rid of the package, at least I couldn't find it. So sorry that we don't have that there, but you can see the whole contents here. And now we'll take a look at each spinner as well as all of its attachments. So we'll start with Nia's spinner, as hers is a little bit interesting. It's got a sort of unusual color scheme because we have the medium or the dark azure, which that's normal for Nia, but we also have this trans clear with a glitter in it. And I'm normally not a massive fan of the glittered Lego pieces, but this is a really cool use of it. I think it makes it look like there are bubbles in the water, and I don't know, it works really well on this in particular. And the attachment that we get for the speed attachment here, I believe this is the speed one. Yeah, it should be. And it's just these translucent, glittery flame pieces, again, to look like water. And you just attach them all if you don't know how the spinner attachments work, and you can then angle them up however. And again, if you are unfamiliar with how the spinner sets work, you get a little stand that can just hold the spinner in it, and there are 2 studs in the center that allow you to stand a figure inside, and then you can just spin it up like that, and it spins pretty decently. As far as spinners go, we'll do that one more time, and yeah, it spins, it works, that is what it is. And then we have Nia's attack spinner here, and this one extends out really far compared to most of them, and it's a decent look. We'll take Sensei Wu here, and we will get ready to attack him, but the actual build for this one is okay. You can remove one of these if you wanted to and just use that as a spear weapon. And again, with these spinner sets, sometimes they're good parts packs because they do have the nice fact that each one of these is repeated 4 times. And if we start spinning that up, it this one doesn't spin super great, actually. These might extend too far. Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. It has a huge range, so that is a thing, but it seems to come at a little bit of expensive speed, and, just general. Okay, that's a decent spin, but yeah, this isn't the best of all of the attack spinners. I don't know, the other ones just seem to work better, like Cole's especially. And this defense attachment I think is probably the coolest. These pieces here, these like swirly architectural detail pieces in trans light blue, are actually like relatively uncommon. They only come in 4 other sets. I believe all of them are Disney Princess or Elf sets. So, or at least I know for a fact that none of them are sets that I owned, which is why this review took so long to get out. And one of the only other uncommon pieces in this set is this like inverted slope, which I didn't mention in the last one. But let's see how well this spins. Also, this is a nice printed piece that was introduced for the like Sons of Garmadon style spinners, and this one spins pretty well. Pretty much just like normal for defense spinners, and will last as long as it stays on the table. And then here we have Wu's spinner. It works pretty much the same exact way, except this one is molded in gold and complete trans clear, which I think is a good look. It works for Sensei Wu here, and his attachment is actually, I believe, the most complicated of the speed attachments, with the double claws for it. I don't know if it works as well as the other ones. Actually, this, yeah, I think this has to be speed, right? Sensei Wu's attachments are a little bit weirder. He's also a lot harder to spin because he has this conical hat, which just makes it a little bit harder to get a good grip on him. But, you know, it works, and the speed attachment works pretty decently. That's just the only thing that makes him Oh, there we go. That was a pretty good spin. But his speed attachment also looks the coolest because, you know, it does have the most pieces there, so when it's spinning it just looks pretty neat. And then his defense attachment is pretty cool as well. It's got 4 of these printed Golden Dragon Master 2x2 tiles, which originated in the Dragon Flyers wave of spinner sets, and that one actually spins really well. Yeah, I'm surprised, actually. It's pretty good. And, you know, obviously, again, works till it reaches the end of the table, and I like this one a lot, actually. And last up, we have Wu's attack attachment, and this might be one of my favorite spinner attachments from all of them. I don't know how it works. Let's test it. And yeah, it spins decently enough. Again, it's hard just because he's Wu, and he's a little bit harder to spin off the bat. But, you know, it spins pretty well, and it has probably the coolest part out of all of them for the attack spinners. That is this teapot with the flame coming out. Teapots are relatively uncommon. They generally only come in bigger sets. There is one other $20 Disney Princess set that has them, and then there's one like cheaper one that's $15, but this is the only set to include multiple teapots. To get 4 of them here, that's pretty cool. Also, I didn't mention with the last one, but there's one other interesting part, being the 1x2 curved plate that you get 8 of in this set with the defense attachments. But yeah, this is a pretty neat attachment here, and cool to get some teapots, which, you know, always good for parts. And the 2 figures here are Nia and Wu. Nia appears in a couple other sets. I think this is still the cheapest one. No, she's in the $10 set of this wave, so she's not very uncommon. But the Wu figure here, the next cheapest set that he comes in, is an $80 set, so this is a pretty good way to get him. And that is a really cool version of this figure. I really like this particular Wu. The Nia is fine. It works pretty okay, but nothing crazy special there. And the back printing on Wu is great. The mask for Nia is fine. And then we do have a nice tan hat for Wu, and if we take off his beard, you can see the torso printing underneath. And we can see the whole torso printing on Wu, which is a really good torso. I like this. It's reminiscent of the 2011 one, but it's not exactly the same. It just looks really cool. I like the black suit for him a lot. And Nia just has her completely standard face, nothing special there whatsoever. Yeah, overall, I think that this is probably one of the better spinner sets. I might be a little bit biased because I do love this Wu minifigure, but both of the spinner molds are actually done in really interesting color schemes this time around, and there's some good parts here with those 1x2 round plates. The printed tiles for Wu are really nice looking. Those teapots are fantastic, and these are actually pretty neat little water pieces too, the little rare parts. But, I mean, overall, $20 for this, I mean, it's reasonable if you think $10 for the single spinner is reasonable. But I think they could have cut down, like, yeah, you get some interesting parts in this one in particular, so it's a little bit better than the others, but still, I don't know if I feel like there are $20 worth of parts here. Like, it's not terrible, again, but, I mean, 227 pieces when a lot of them are really small. I feel like if this were priced at $15, it would be fantastic, and, you know, I'd 100% recommend it at that price. But at $20, it's still a little bit steep, and maybe, because again, I don't know how much it's worth having multiple of these spinners, and I've said this in previous spinner set reviews. If you're not a super huge diehard Ninjago fan, I don't think there's too much value in having multiple. Maybe 2 so you can attempt to battle them, but that really doesn't work super well. And honestly, I can't really show it here, but, you know, if I were to attempt to spin Wu up and attempt to spin Nia, actually, I'm just going to steal another one for the sake of doing this. If we spin Nia up here and we spin J, it's hard to get them to even hit each other, much less knock each other over, because even when they bump into each other, they just want to kind of bounce around and don't actually knock each other over, which, I mean, the battling aspect, I think, is a little bit lacking with these, but in terms of appearance and having some cool parts, I think these are pretty okay. It's just, if all you want them for is to, experience how they work and be able to play around with them, I think you'd probably be better off with buying just one of the single spinner sets. However, if maybe you have another one and you're fully on board, you love these, and you want to get another one, this is not a bad one to get, because it does have some good parts, and they look cool, and the Sensei Wu figure is awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.